All right, so this Torah portion, we covered Bereshit 47, starting with 28, going all the way to the end of Bereshit. So this is the last Torah portion in Bereshit. Yeah, we're going to Shemot starting next week. All praise to the Most High. It's a through thing. I know, me too, yeah, for real. All right, so what we see in this Torah portion, it starts off going into Yaakov, how he lived in Mitzrayim for 17 years. It goes into the situation with Yaakov being in Mitzrayim. It covers his death and also Joseph's death. So this is the end of the Torah portion Bereshit. I'm sorry, this is the end of the book of Bereshit. Not Torah portion Bereshit. This is the end of the book of Bereshit. So what we're going to talk about today is basically on chapter 48. So let's start with Bakir Luv. Let's go ahead and get there right in verse 1. Bereshit 48.
Okay, everybody there? Hallelujah.
Bereshit 48.
Okay, verse 1, Bereshit 48. Now it came to pass after these things that Joseph was told, indeed, your father is sick, and he who took with him his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And Jacob was told, look, your son Joseph is coming to you. And Israel strengthened himself and sat up on the bed. Then Jacob said to Joseph, Allure Almighty appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan, and blessed me, and said to me, Behold, I will make you fruitful and multiply you. I will make you a multitude of people, and give this land to your descendants after you as an everlasting possession. And now your two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, who were born to you in the land of Egypt, before I came to you in Egypt, are mine.
They are whose?
Are mine.
So who is mine? So they Yaakov's sons. That's what Yaakov declared it. That Joseph be like, hold on now, these my children. Joseph is the man. He's submitting to his father. He the man. Joseph the man. He run the world. Because Egypt ran the world, so he run Egypt. That means you run the world. And his father he looked at them two sons. He's like, yeah, those are mine. He wasn't like, Dad, hey, it's stupid to see you, but yeah, nah. These my children. He submitted to it, y'all. Even though he was top dog, he submitted to his Ab. He understood the importance of that. Let's keep going.
And now your two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, who were born to you in the land of Mizraim, before I came to you in Mizraim, are mine, as Reuben and Simeon. They shall be mine. Your offspring, whom you begot, after them shall be yours.
So all the children he has after them will be his. You see what I'm saying? And so, keep going.
They will be called by the name of their brothers in their inheritance. But as for me, when I came from Padan, Rachel died beside me in the land of Canaan on the way, when there was but a little distance to go.
Let's scroll down to, he's kind of, he's telling Joseph how things went down, basically while he was in captivity in Mitzrayim, how things went down with Rachel and different things like that. And let's go to verse 11.
And Israel said to Joseph, I had not thought to see your face, but in fact, Allure has also shown me your offspring. So Joseph brought them from beside his knees, and he bowed down with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim with his right hand toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh with his left hand toward Israel's right hand, and brought them near him. Then Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it on Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand on Manasseh's head, guiding his hands knowingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn. And he blessed Joseph and said, Allure before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac walked, the Allure who has fed me all my life, long to this day. The Malak has redeemed me from all evil. Bless the lads. Let my name be named upon them, in the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac.
See this blessing upon the sons? Y'all notice that wasn't on Joseph. It passed him. So we talked about this, I believe, a couple weeks ago, or last Shabbat. Yeah, like, y'all, listen. There was some things, that I submit that Joseph, because some ways he moved, there's an aspect of the inheritance that missed him, y'all. It was passed down to his sons. It passed down to the next generation. He is the only out of all the sons of Israel, of Yaakov, he's the only one who didn't have a tribe named after him out of all of them. Even the the bondwoman's sons, they had a tribe in Yasharel named after them. They were named. You get what I'm saying? So the Most High still blessed Joseph. We know that Joseph was still through, but what we're doing is just highlighting he did make some mistakes, and it caused the inheritance to actually go to his children, not him. So you can say, well, the inheritance did go to him because it went to his children. Yeah, it's you know what I'm saying? It's not clean cut. It went to his children, so it's still in a sense it's him, it's his bloodline, but the inheritance is named after them, not him. Yaakov went and he said, okay, those are going to be my children. All the children you have after that will be yours, but those will be my children. Y'all know it wasn't even mentioned in Torah or the scriptures any other children Joseph had. I don't know, maybe in Chronicles or something, I don't know. But at least not in Torah. It's nothing mentioned or nothing about any other children Joseph had, but we know he probably had more children. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it just didn't matter. That's how kind of insignificant, at least with regard to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like it was Ephraim and Manasseh. That's what mattered to this context surrounding the Kodesh seed. And so, y'all listen. It's the same with all of us. We got to understand, y'all, that this Kodesh seed thing is a great thing. It's an awesome thing. But a reality of it all is that if you don't do what you're supposed to do, the Most High will pass the blessing that's supposed to come onto your seed instead. There's been promises made surrounding the covenant, and some people they're not going to get it. It's going to pass to their seed because of ways that they move and things that they've done. Y'all got to really understand this thing. Like you really want to make sure you holding close to the covenant and moving in Yahuwah and Yahusha in obedience and submission and doing and heeding the words and doing the things that we're bringing out, the Maleks is bringing out, and so on and so forth, Because I'm telling you, it can be the smallest thing that can be the thing that keeps you from getting the blessing. It don't mean you out of the kingdom though, but a lot of the inheritance and the it could mean that too, but it don't necessarily have to be that. It could be that you're in the kingdom. It's not something for you to get removed for, but there's things that the Most High want to give you. You're not going to get it. As far as blessings and things like that, it's going to go down to your seed. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to hit you. It's going to go down to your children. That's another aspect that I don't think I think sometimes we look at the two extremes. We look at you either remaining or you getting removed, doing something to get removed. Oh, there's a whole lot in between that. It's about getting the fullness of that the Most High has for you while you're here too, or you get or the minimal. You know what I'm saying? We'll look at so Joseph had the coat of many colors. He had the coat of many colors. The coat of many colors is like a rainbow. Remember we talked about that? It's like being clothed with light. So the Hebrew word for rainbow is the same word for a bow, like a warring art, like a bow, like an archer. Y'all remember that? It's cassette, I believe. Something along those lines. But that's the same word for bow, like bow and arrow, the rainbow. Now, that's why even the word for rain is also the same word as Hebraically that's associated with an archer. Rain and arrows. Y'all ever think about that? Y'all remember that? Yeah, like the word more is also surrounding the word for teachings, but also the word for rain. And it's about an archer. A more or a teacher is the connotation of an archer who shoots, who, like, even when I say the prayer, let these teachings drop down like rain. You see what I'm saying? And what do you shoot the arrows with? With a bow, hence the rainbow. You see how Yahuwah did that? How the rainbow is almost always connected with rain, isn't it? The rainbow usually shows up after it rains. Yeah, you can't make this up. And this is the covenant he made with Noah. I submit it's surrounding dominion on the earth. Because also, again, rain is the bow, the arrow, dominion, war. See what I'm saying? War. The whole aspect of dominion. The Hebrew word radah. Y'all knows I don't got no slides up here, so y'all just gotta roll with me. But y'all remember we talked about this before. Radah. Rosh, Daled. Oh man. Okay, hey, woo. Boy, y'all scared me for a second. Rosh, Dalet, hey. Or Resh or Rosh, either word, it's fine. Dalet, hey, the Rosh is the head, Dalet is the access to revelation. Hey. The breakdown for dominion is the chief over the access to revelation. He who controls he who has the access over the revelation has the dominion. He who has the access to the information, who is the chief, who's the head, who controls the information, has the dominion. And teaching, reign is teaching what? The revelation that comes from Yahuwah is associated with dominion. Is associated with Radah. Because the teacher is bringing out the rain. The teacher he's reigning. He's bringing out the revelation that's coming from the Most High. And so then you have this kingdom of people who is moving and has the access, has the revelation, has the dominion. Hence, this nation has the coat of many colors, y'all. The Most High showed me that, and then he showed me that in prayer. And then he wanted me to look at is this vision Shoshone had with the 4 trees. Remember I told y'all about that? It's very short. It was about 4 trees, and they were just changing colors. The 4 trees, those are assemblies, y'all. The 4 assemblies. And, the leaves represented the clothing. The clothing of many colors. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, this nation has the coat of many colors. We are set apart to have the dominion, to have the access to the revelation, to have the access to the rule, to be the chief over the access to these things. You see what I'm saying? That was the whole symbolism of Joseph. He had the coat of many colors. That's why all the nations had to go to him for what? Yeah, for the bread, for the food, for the bread, the word. You see what I'm saying? He had the dominion because he was the chief over the access to the bread, to the word. So all the nations had to flow to him to get the revelation, the bread. Listen, this don't, man, you can't make this up. The Hebrew word for bread, lachem, is the same word for war, Hebrew word for war, lacham. You can't make this up. You know, lacham la shalom, to war on the peace or the battle on the peace. The Hebrew word for bread is lachem. It's really lacham. It's the same letters. It's just pronounced differently because of the vowel points. You see what I'm saying? So it still surrounds it. It's just like the Hebrew word for more, teaching, is the same word for archer, war, archer, raining arrows. Even when you look at the Hebrew word for Torah, it's about an archer hitting the mark. Torah is related to more. If y'all look at it, I know I don't have the slides, y'all, just roll with me. But Torah and more, the words are almost the exact same. It's just instead of the tav, it's a mem in the beginning. But Torah and more are spelled exactly the same except the first letter. They related to each other. Torah is about a archer hitting a mark. The rainbow. Dominion over the Eretz. You know when the Most High, y'all got to think about this. When did the Most High make the covenant of the rainbow with Noah? It was after he destroyed and subdued the nations with a flood. And he was starting all over with Noah, and then the covenant was made after Noah gave an offering and it's surrounding the rainbow. You see what I'm saying? And you know what's interesting about Noah? It's very interesting. The Most High told Noah when he made the covenant to be fruitful and multiply. And have dominion on the earth, but Noah didn't have no more children, y'all, after the flood. You know what happened? It went down to his seed, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, didn't it? Why ain't Noah have no more children after the flood? The Most High told him to be fruitful and to multiply. Could it have been that something happened to where the Most High had passed it down to the next generation? There's no nation of Noah, but you got Ham, you got Shem, you got Japheth. There's no Noachites. You got Shemites, Hamites. Could it have been that because the Most High gave a commandment to Noah to be fruitful and multiply. He didn't give a commandment to Ham, Shem, and Japheth. I'm just saying, it's just something to think about. Yeah, yeah. Because he lived for hundreds of years after the flood. I'm trying to remember. He lived for a couple hundred years more after the flood and didn't have no more children. So maybe it could have been something with the exposing the nakedness situation, or I don't know. Some. Maybe with his Isha, he was done. I don't know. But you just gotta make sure that you're doing everything you're supposed to do, because look, like once you hit a certain mark, the Most High will pass you up. Don't think that it's for show, because the promises and the covenant, yeah, it's for show. It's for sure, but it don't mean it got to go through you. It can go through your bloodline, and the Most High still went through you. He still went by the word, went by the promises, and you still got to praise Yahuwah if that happens. Because it's still a through thing. At least it went down to your children. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shalom, double honors where they're due. We're talking about Joseph's. It says, "Your offspring, who you beget after them, shall be yours, but they will be called by the name of their brothers in their inheritance." What does that mean?
They will be called by the name of Yisrael.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So they will have the inheritance of they'll have the inheritance of Yisrael. You know what I'm saying? Ephraim and Manasseh. Listen, when the inheritance was rolled out, there was no territory of Joseph and Yasharel. It wasn't. You had Ephraim and you had Manasseh, and the half tribe of Manasseh. They was over on the right side of the other side of the river. They was across the river. It's interesting, y'all. And it was some blessings, man. They had some blessings. Ephraim and Manasseh, they had some blessings, y'all. Ephraim ended up being the leader of the northern kingdom. The whole northern kingdom, sometimes in the scriptures, would be called Ephraim, even though it was 10 tribes. They would call it Ephraim, though, and they'll be talking about the whole northern kingdom. Jeroboam was of Ephraim. He was the first king of the northern kingdom. He was of Ephraim. Did y'all know that Joshua, the son of Nun, was of the tribe of Ephraim? The first leader of Yasharel to go into the promised land, to take the person who took Yasharel into the promised land was of the tribe of Ephraim. Moshe, you couldn't say, was the first king of Yasharel. He was of Levi, right? And so this is another situation. Think about this. Moshe, y'all know Moshe was through. Y'all know he was righteous. He was one of the best leaders we ever had, but that don't mean he didn't make no mistakes, did right? There were some things he did where the Most High was like, you're not going. It's going to have to pass down to the next generation, right? And Moshe didn't really have I guess his sons wasn't really qualified, because it would have naturally should have passed down to his sons. But Joshua was his son. Joshua was the one who really moved after Moshe. You see what I'm saying? So what happened, Moshe was the first king of Yasharel, and he didn't make it. He failed the test. The Most High like, yeah, no. You're not gonna make it. Moshe pleaded with him too. Yahuwah told him, don't ask me this no more. He said, you're not going. It went down to the next generation. Who was that? Joshua, son of Nun, from the tribe of Ephraim, y'all. From the tribe of Ephraim. He had the coat of many colors, I submit. It passed down to him. And he did through. He one of the best leaders we had. He did through. He went in and took the land. He went in and took the land. The whole generation of Yasharel, Moshe's whole generation, did not make it. Aharon didn't make it. Miriam, his whole generation didn't make it into the promised land. They were all through. Listen, they were all through, but they just made major mistakes. You know, we know that Aharon and Miriam probably made a lot, did a lot more. But man, listen, y'all. We to the point to where there's certain things there's no more excuse. The Most High, he just gonna pass you up. He not gonna wait around for you forever. That don't mean you out the kingdom. It don't mean that. But he'll let you wander around until you old. He'll bless you and everything. He'll be with you. It don't mean he not with you. He'll be with you. Yahuwah was never not with Moshe. He was always with Moshe. But you're not gonna get the fullness though. You're not gonna get the fullness of what. Listen, y'all. Some of y'all. Let's go to Genesis 11. This is real helpful. This really prevents a lot of slides to have to do. All right, let's look at this. Bereshit 11. Some of y'all probably already know what I'm about to go into, but we're gonna go into it anyway. Okay. All right. Let's start with we'll start with verse 27. Okay. Y'all through? All right, Bakir Luke, let's do it. Bereshit 11, verse 27.
Yes, sir. This is the genealogy of Terah.
So who is Terah? Abraham's father, right? Okay, let's go.
Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran begot Lot.
So Terah, he had 3 children: Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And then it says Haran begot Lot. Okay, verse 28.
And Haran died before his father Terah in his native land in Ur of the Chaldeans.
So Haran, that Abraham's brother, he died. He died way back when they were in Ur still, in Babylon. That's Babylon, Ur. Verse 29.
Then Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah.
All right. So then it says, and Abraham and Nahor took wives. The name of Abraham's wife was Sarah. So it's going down. Let's keep going. Verse 30.
But Sarah was barren. She had no child. And Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarah, his son Abram's wife. And they went out with them from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan.
To go where?
The land of Canaan.
Okay, let's start over. Read verse 31 again. I got to look at this carefully. Verse 31. Read it again. I even got it on the screen.
And Terah took his son
Now,
Abram.
Terah is Abram's father, right? Okay, he took his son Abram. And who else? Keep going.
And his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarah, his son Abram's wife, and they went out with them from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan.
To go where?
To the land of Canaan.
To where?
Land of Canaan.
Y'all see what's happening here? Abraham's father was set to go out to Canaan. That's the promised land. But where did Abraham's father go? Look, keep reading.
And they came to Haran and dwelt there.
Wait, hold on though. But he was supposed to go to Canaan. But his father went to Haran and stayed there, is what it's saying. Look what it says. Verse 32.
So the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran.
And he died where? But didn't it say that Terah had left Babylon? It said that Terah left that's Babylon, to go to Canaan. But he didn't go to Canaan. He went to Haran and stayed there. He lived 205 years, and then he died in Haran. He never went. And that sets the tone for the famous chapter 12. What happened? Chapter 12, look. Now Yahuwah had said to Abram what?
Get out of your country.
That sets the tone for chapter 12. Yahuwah went to who? The son. Why did Terah leave to go to Canaan? You know Yahuwah visited Terah. Come on. How else? Who would have just thought to leave Babylon, the big city with everything there, to just go to Canaan? He was trying to move on the Most High. He made it in Haran. He was like, man, he probably was like, man, look, Canaan, it's just a lot of words coming that it's dangerous down there. It's like, how we gonna eat? How we gonna get things going there? How we gonna work? It's a lot of issues down there. It's close to Egypt. They be having wars down there. They be into all kind of abominations down there. We already comfortable here. We already got well set up. We already comfortable here. I know Yahuwah said to do this, but I just think the timing is off. I just think right now the timing is off. I'm gonna get around to it. And you know what happened? The Most High visited Abraham, like, yeah, I need you to leave your fathers and them and go down to Canaan. Like, it's real. That's what I'm saying. When you read Torah, you got to understand it's not always like, there's a lot of stuff that you can just read right past and not see, because it's not always like the scriptures don't make it very clear of what they'll just tell you. It's just a record, just sort of has a bit, and then you won't even be able to catch what's going on. The word was to Abraham's father first. He was supposed to go to the promised land. He only went halfway. Haran's about halfway. Stayed there. And so Yahuwah passed it down to his son. Probably was his firstborn, Abraham. It's probably why Yahuwah visited Abraham. It wasn't even meant to be. Terah was supposed to be the Abraham, y'all. It wasn't even meant to go to Abraham, but because his father didn't fully move forward, Yahuwah wanted that bloodline. He just visited. He went through his son. That's some of y'all. Some of y'all wasn't even supposed to be here. It was supposed to be your fathers, your mothers. It was supposed to be your sisters, older siblings. It's the same thing with siblings. It's the same thing. Because then if the firstborn won't roll with it, the Most High will check with the next up. If the next one don't roll with it, he'll go to the next one. We've been seeing that all through Torah, huh? Even in this Torah portion, when Yahuwah did the blessings, Reuben, the firstborn, he didn't get it because what? He defiled his father's bed. Levi, he was the next up, I believe, right? Levi was next up. Simeon was next up. Him and Levi were together. That's why I keep getting them mixed up. But they both, because of when they went and killed everybody in the city, they didn't make it. He said their anger was, their anger was not through, all these things like that. He said they hamstrung an ox. You're not supposed to hamstrung the ox. An ox is innocent. You get what I'm saying? An ox is through. Now, Dawid used to hamstring horses from the other nations, warring horses. He would hamstring the horse, but hamstringing the ox, That's tough. The oxes are they submitted. The oxes they ready to do the work. So that's like you're killing innocent people. I submit is what that was saying symbolically. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, hamstrung is like you not really killing them, but you disabling them really bad, and make them useless. But so they didn't make it, and then the next up, when you read the blessings, was who? Yehuda, and he got a huge blessing. The scepter will be with you. The scepter will not depart from Yehuda, nor lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come. Oh, snap. I submit that blessing was showing, oh, he's going to get the coat of many colors. He said, the scepter shall not depart from Yehuda, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come. It is unto him that the obedience of the people shall be. Obedience, the teachings, the rain, the rainbow. Man, y'all getting it. This is great. It's gonna be it's gonna be a short lesson. This is a blessing. Y'all getting all of it. The rainbow. Judah was already prophesied that he was going to have dominion, war and dominion. The rainbow, because again, war and dominion is associated with the teachings, having the revelation, all these things like that. You see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of the prophets were from the tribe of Yehuda. A lot of them, man. I think the majority. Isaiah, I believe Amos, Zechariah. I think the majority of them were from Judah. Let's see. It's Isaiah, Amos, Micah, and Zephaniah. Ezekiel, no, I think he was a Levi, yeah. But Joel, Nahum, Yirmiyahu, Yirmiyahu, that's Levites. Yeah, I think because if they lived in Judah, they'll say they're from the tribe of Judah, but that's a little more complicated. But Daniel was Judah, so on and so forth. But yeah, that's some of y'all that was supposed to be, y'all father was supposed to be the one who was supposed to be doing this. Y'all older sibling or whatever. And it passed down to y'all. Now it's on y'all. Y'all made it this far. Don't do nothing to let it to where now it's gonna pass you up. You know what I'm saying? For real. Korah, Yahuwah didn't even take out Korah's bloodline. It just passed down to all his children. Because his children actually stayed faithful. His children stayed faithful. So he passed it down to the next generation. Even with Korah. Even with Korah. So keep all these things in mind. Judah was prophesied to have the scepter, to have the dominion, and it talks about how his hands will be on the neck of his enemies and all these things like that. So you see war included there, but then you also see teachings associated with that because he said it's unto him that the obedience of the people shall be. You see what I'm saying? So that makes sense why Yahushua HaMashiach came from Judah. So you can't nobody say nothing. Yahushua HaMashiach was of the tribe of Judah from the house of David, y'all. He did not come through Ephraim. All right, so I want to look at something real quick. Let's see.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, sir.
So this is kind of what I'm seeing as the application of this thing, because when you talk about, there are certain people, like you look at Musa, you look at Yahusha ben Nun, like they wind up missing Musha missed some of it because he didn't complete the race. Same thing we see with Joseph. And man, I ain't never thought about that. That's a real through point because he didn't receive the completion of the blessing. He actually gave it to Ephraim and Manasseh. And they weren't called like, they were half tribes. So I was like, man, so didn't Joseph technically get 2 tribes? No, it was like 1 tribe. They really just replaced him in that. So I'm thinking about the application of it and how important it is for us to establish our children to do a certain thing. Like Malek Musa talked about this, how Yahuwah is coming for the inheritance. He's coming for the seed. He's coming for the bloodline, the continuation of this thing. I was praying earlier this week, and I heard opportunity is generational. So when you think about these people who got, I don't know if you ever heard this term, but they got old money.
Man.
Other people say they got long money, but that just means that money came down through their generation. But with that came opportunity. So when you look at Terah and Abram, I'm like, man, can you imagine saying Terah, the father of our faith? That'd be wild. We say Father Abraham, Terah, Father Terah. So it just shows the importance of continuing and the importance of the lineage. I was just talking about this, how there's this thing where your children, they starting point is on your shoulders. So the higher up you go, the higher up your children can go. Now it's not, it ain't this. It's not necessarily if you remain super low, your children can't go high. But just imagine if you elevate in Yahuwah and you elevate in Yahusha, that's where your children starting at. They have a head start on all these things. That's why even within the eternal excellency, the kingdom that Yahuwah is placing, like this is a real thing. This is a real kingdom. So Yahuwah, these children that are born in the kingdom, Anthony, Hananiah, Jameer, I know he wasn't like born, but I'm saying they young in the kingdom. David, Menorah, so on and so on and so on. They have a head start on these things, and they can become greater in Yahusha. So I'm starting to see like the importance of that, because I can even imagine, one day getting ready to finish my race and blessing my sons and my daughters, and they can do greater things. I was just telling one of the daughters that you gotta, like, when you look at me and Roshah, you gotta like, oh, that's the baseline. That's not like this place where I reach it and I succeeded. Nah, if you don't reach it, you failed. Like, nah, you gotta like, if you don't exceed it, you failed. And that's how I look at the thing with Mushal too. Like, okay, Mushal done ran the race and he's gotten to this point. I gotta be able to come up to his level, but then also keep pressing. Not in a sense of competition, like, I'm going to teach better than Musa. No, not like that. But as far as if this is where he is, if I'm standing in his shadow, I got to continue to move. I got to continue to grow as he's growing. So all these things was coming to my mind as you was talking. Oh, you had something?
Praise Yahuwah. Go ahead.
I had something too that I just had some thoughts as you were talking. So yeah, with Musha, the people shrank back from receiving the promised land, really because of what was in the people's hearts. So because the journey was not what they initially thought it was going to look like. And so that just makes me think about how we have to be mindful that we're not shrinking back from the kingdom and getting passed over. They shrank back because what was in their hearts and because the journey was not what they initially thought it was going to look like.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Which part? Say it one more time. So the people shrank back. The people shrank back from receiving the promised land because the journey to the promised land was not what they initially thought it was going to look like.
That's huge. That's huge.
And so that just made me think, it was kind of sobering. It made me think that we have to really be mindful not to shrink back from the kingdom and end up getting passed over because it's not what we think it should look like. So this just makes me think about our mindset over certain cultural aspects in particular, and the one that was really sticking out in my mind.
I ain't gonna drop the mic because we only got limited batteries. But no, that's it. That made a lot of sense because when she said that the journey didn't look like what they thought it was, so they shrunk back. I wonder if that's what happened to Terah. I wonder if that's what happened with Terah, because he was supposed to be in the land of Canaan, like what Mushal was just saying, but then he stopped halfway. So it's like, man, did something happen to where he was like, yeah, nah, this ain't what we signed up for? Because I know that happened with the children of Israel. They was like, yeah, nah, this ain't what we signed up for. That's actually why Musha wound up not making it, because of the children of Israel. So, nah, that was a real through point.
I was just saying, when Abraham left his father's house, his father was still alive. He hadn't died yet.
Yeah, so yeah, I was just about to say that. So read verse 12. I don't know why this thing ain't pulling up, so we'll just go there. Read verse 12 again. Start with verse 1. Yeah. Oh, that's why. What in the world? How'd that happen? What's going on with that? Woody?
All right.
All right.
Now, Yahuwah has said to Abram, get out of your country.
Y'all still on Bereshit 12? Okay. Well, let's look at this first. Go to Bereshit 11 first. Oh, man. The internet came off, turned off. That's all right. I'll use my phone. All right, and go back what we just read to, man, that's some craziness right now. We're gonna keep it going. This word gonna come out, y'all. Don't worry about it. Oh man, you getting hit up too. All right. It's all right, everybody on Bereshit 11? Start with verse 31. Bakir Lu, yeah, you still waiting on that to get on there. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna just read it, huh? I know. That's a through point, but that's a through point. It's just them paper Bibles. They take longer though.
We back on.
All right, we back on. All right. Verse 31. And Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, his son Abram's wife, and they went out with them from Ur to Chaldean to go to the land of Canaan. They came to Haran and dwelt there. So the days of Terah were how long? And Terah died where? He died in Haran. Okay, now that's what I want y'all to pay attention that Terah died when he was 205 years old, okay? Terah died when Terah was 205 years old. All right. So then we go to chapter 12. All right, we in there. Okay. So now, all right, Bereshit 12, verse 1. Y'all there? It says, now Yahuwah has said to Abraham, get out of your country from your family and from your father's house to a land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you, make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you, and then you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. So Abraham departed as Yahuwah had spoken to him, and Lot went with him. And Abraham was how old? He was 75 when he departed from Haran. How old was Haran when Abraham was born? Oh, we didn't read that part. Well, I'll tell you. Huh? How old was Terah when Abraham was born? Read chapter 11, verse 26. Terah was 70 years old. Y'all see chapter 11, verse 26? Terah was 70 years old when he had Abram. Okay? So how old was Terah when he died? 205, right? So how old was Terah when Abraham left? If Abraham was 12, verse 4, 75. So that means he was just chilling in Haran. He chilled in Haran for a whole nother 60 years before he passed away. Most of us just barely hitting, well, some of us is barely even hitting 60. Most of us ain't even close to 60. That's how long his dad was in Haran. He never left. He settled there. He settled. Y'all hear that? Settled. Believe the promises. Believe Yahuwah when he say he's going to do something. Don't settle. If Yahuwah is saying that he wants you to do something, then you need to do it.
Sorry.
The smallest bit of disobedience can cause you to get passed up. You think the Most High was finna wait around for Terah? Ain't no telling how many times the Most High was talking to Terah about going to Canaan. Ain't no telling. It literally ain't no telling. Might have been only one time. It ain't no telling. One time, 3 times, 5 times, the Most High told him to go. He went halfway and settled. So he called out his son, Abram, and said, yeah, you go ahead and go. So y'all got to think about it, y'all. Terah lived 60 more years after Abraham left. Y'all got to think about this. So that means all those events that happened to Abraham, Terah was still alive, chilling in Haran. When Abraham had Yitzhak, Terah was there chilling. He was still alive. When Abraham had Ishmael, when Abraham went to Mitzrayim, think about all those events that happened. Terah was alive the whole time, chilling in Haran. But hey, it was still a blessing to Terah because it went down his bloodline. What happened though? Abraham sent Isaac to go back out there where they at. He sent her back over there to Haran to get the wife because there were still more people that needed to come down to the promised land who were still out there from Terah's house. Who was after that bloodline.
My father was a pastor. He was supposed to keep going, but he didn't.
That's huge. That's huge. Y'all listen. Y'all moving forward because y'all are here. Y'all can think about some of y'all journeys and stuff that led y'all here, but something happened to where y'all kept going, y'all kept moving, and now y'all are here. But when you're talking about walking in Yahuwah, it doesn't stop. It's going to keep going. There's no such thing as an end-all, be-all. Like, I've arrived now. I've arrived. Now I'm through. I can just be in shalom. No more new revelation, man. Look, there's no more new stuff. No, that's not you. What? Read the scriptures. When did Musha arrive? It was a new thing, a new level. It was constant movement, new thing, constant thing. It was, man. When did Moshe strike the rock? That was like at the end. It's like, man, doggone, that was at the end. Right before they crossed over. Most High, yep, nope, you're not going to make it because of that. Oh, man, come on, Most High. Nah, you're not going to make it. But go ahead and prepare Joshua. You go ahead and make sure you prepare him so that he can go and take the children of Israel in there. Yeah. All the revelation, listen, that's why the word is compared to food. You can when is it them? Okay, I ate enough food now. I'm through. No, I'm through. What's gonna happen after about 30, 40 days? Once you pass that 40-day mark, you might not make it. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as no more revelation. You need it to continue in the Most High. You need it to live ruachly. The bread is constantly, y'all. Your body is your body is designed to have the bread constantly, y'all. Think about water. How long can you go without water? That's why the word is associated with water and bread. Ain't nobody gonna be like, man, I arrived, man. I done been drinking water for 20 years now. I'm through. I'm through. I've been drinking water. I'm in my 30s now. I've been drinking water my whole life. I'm saying that because you'll hear people say that. I heard pastors say that before. Like, look, you can't tell me that. I done went to the school for the Bible. I know the Bible. Look, there ain't nothing you can really tell me. I'm through. I'm good. Self-introspect. Make sure that you don't move like that subconsciously. Make sure you don't move like that subconsciously. Y'all listen, even the Malachim fell. Even the Malachim fell. Hold on, let me pull this up. And then
Rebirth of a Nation, Hebrew Kingdom Building.